Welcome to San Francisco's GNews, where you get all your gay in just one day. We bring you the top LGBTQ+ stories from the left coast and around the globe. Keep in the know on the latest trends, hot topics, and who's messing with your human rights now. We post new videos every Saturday on YouTube and Facebook. So join me, Celso Dulay, and my guest co-host every week and get all your gay in just one day. From the city by the bay with San Francisco's GNews. This week on GNews.
U.S. federal court tells Jeff Sessions, nuh-uh, girl.
Albanian study says eating fatty foods will make you gay.
Putting the B back in LGBT.
Plus our out and about and our crush of the week.
All this gay coming your way.
Right here on GNews. Hello everyone, please welcome our host with the most, Miss Cameron Steele.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thanks, cheers to that.
Yes. Glitter. And bubbles. We'd also like to say thank you to all of our loyal fans out there. Because of you, we're almost at 1,000 subscriptions.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yay, we're getting there, getting close. If you're watching for the first time on YouTube, please join the fold and subscribe. And if you're watching on Facebook, please like and share. That way you will never miss an episode.
Don't want to miss a thing. You may remember a story about Donald Zarda we did a while back. Zarda claimed he was fired from his job as a skydiving instructor with Altitude Express because he was gay.
Zarda's lawyers argued that he was protected under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Lambda Legal has argued to the courts that it protects all LGBT employees.
Then, out of nowhere, Jeff Sessions and the Justice Department showed up claiming that Title VII would not protect Zarda or any other LGBT employees because Title VII protects sex, not sexual orientation.
Well, it's heartening to know that in this era of Trump idiocy, that there are judges out there with brains and humanity.
The judges wrote, "We now hold that sexual orientation discrimination constitutes a form of discrimination because of sex in violation of Title VII. Logically, because sexual orientation is a function of sex and sex is a protected characteristic under Title VII, it follows that sexual orientation is also protected."
The DOJ has insisted discrimination based on sexual orientation does not fall within Title VII's prohibition of sex discrimination because it does not involve disparate treatment of men and women. It's likely this will continue on to the Supreme Court, but for now, it is a battle won.
We have a brand new segment titled,
Girl, oh no she didn't. In this segment, we feature stories that have us scratching our wigs wondering, what?
Clinical psychologist Rita Strakosha from the Albanian University published a study claiming that eating fatty foods can cause homosexuality. She claims that homosexuals often eat large amounts of fats and have an imbalanced diet full of heavy carbohydrates. Really? That is a lie.
It's so silly. Strakosha says that if you eat a healthy diet, you can cure homosexuality and prevent its return. Girl, Rita, unless it's fermented, carbs do not pass these lips.
Have you eaten with the gays?
Yeah,
ever?
Brunch, the gay pool is real.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. According to Health Magazine, Kentucky, Oklahoma, and Alabama top the charts for fast food consumption in our country, outdone only by Mississippi, who spends 62% of their food budget on fast food. Now I have a question.
62%.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Buy
Y'all
some
need
veggies.
to make a veggie.
But does that mean that in these states, Kentucky, Mississippi, that's where all the gays are?
By her study, the whole country is gay.
All right. It works for us.
It's the most ridiculous thing. I can't even.
Just,
it's so funny. We had to feature it because it's a big laugh. So we got the story from Pink News, and they did reach out to Strakosha, and so it's real. This woman thought this was the real deal. That not only is it ridiculous that eating fatty foods would make you homosexual, but that you could cure it. So she's clearly just like not
all there.
Thing.
That's ridiculous. I mean, there must have been like 2 self-loathing homosexuals in Albania that have a shitty diet. Small sample size. Expand, girl. Expand.
I'm gonna send her a pie. Cameron.
Yes.
As a bisexual member of our community, do you feel like you are acknowledged and supported?
That's a tough question. And I would say it's better now and it's better here. But bi-visibility is a huge issue. And I've been dealing with it since I was 14 when I came out. I first came out as gay because I really thought that's where this was all headed. And then I kind of had to dial back and realize that I was indeed bisexual when I was attracted to both genders. And I've been dealing with the visibility issue for the most part because it's just not seen.
Yeah.
I am very much a part of the LGBT community. I have been since I was a kid. And depending on who my partner is, whether I'm seen or not. So if I'm dating a girl,
interesting, yeah.
People call me a lesbian. And if I'm, now married to my husband, who appears male and straight, but he's not. He's bi too. Like, we just don't get accepted and acknowledged and treated as members of the community unless you really get in there and explain. Like, my friends know it's all good, but I've been like, oh, it's about time you finally came out, just because I was dating a girl.
Well, you found a fantastic article that was written by Samantha Allen that highlights a lot of the key issues around the stigma of bisexuality and why they are not being acknowledged and or supported by the media and news outlets or society. And that includes the LGBTQ plus community.
That is very true. The article reveals that the news outlets with the largest circulation, like the New York Times, only tweeted the word bisexual 7 times in 2017, whereas gay was used over 100 times. Part of the problem is that these news organizations and people at large generally tend to use the word gay to cover the entire community.
It wasn't featured in the article, but I think it is noteworthy that the acronym LGBTQ plus TZZIISF is complicated and it's hard for everybody, including our own community.
Yeah, I wish there was one word that everyone could agree on to like cover the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just to make it easier.
I like queer. Some people don't like queer.
I like queer too.
Honestly, it could be cupcake, rainbow, unicorn, just something that means all of us.
Interestingly, bisexual people outnumber gays and lesbians. The BBC commissioned a poll finding that 9% of British youth ages 16 to 22 identify as bisexual, and surveys of Gen Zs in America show that less than 50% are identifying as heterosexual. So let's back that up for just a minute. More people, at least anonymously, identify as bisexual than gays and lesbians.
It's true, y'all.
More. Yeah.
More. Anonymous polling is one thing, but bisexuals are largely still in the closet. Pew Research found that in 2013, only 28% of bisexuals were open and out, as opposed to 70% of gay men and lesbians. When I was first coming out, way back when, I said I was bi because I was kind of dipping my toe in the water.
Right.
And till I realized that it was time to buy the purse, that I wasn't gay. But the people get stuck on the fact that might be a transition. And instead of it being their actual truth. And
for some people
both.
It is a transition.
Yeah.
But it does give us, meaning bisexuals, that the ability for other people to question us, because so many people do dip their toe in the bi water and then move on to just identifying as gay and lesbian.
Yeah.
So it does get stuck in people's minds as a transition period.
Yeah.
And it often is not.
It's not just tequila bi. It's not spring break bi. It really is a real thing. And to Cameron's point, it's fluid. It can change,
yes.
So don't think that you're stuck. It's not like buying a car. you could change. So it goes, it ebbs and flows. And
it does. Yeah. And so does kind of where you are at the Kinsey scale and what time of your life too. I mean, you don't have to stick with one label for the rest of your life. And bisexual has actually expanded to things like pansexual.
Yes.
And it was just all bi when I was a kid, but now there's so many other ways to say that, and that's great because people have other options to express who they are.
So we hope you be you.
Be you. Do you. Or do us.
It's that time. Let's go out and about in San Francisco. This week's Out and About, we are covering something that is very near and dear to us here, especially Cameron. It is the Imperial Court of San Francisco's annual coronation.
Yes.
Number 53.
53 already. It was such a fast year.
Oh my gosh. Boom, it went by.
It
Our
did.
little Miss Princess here.
Yeah.
But I think, Princess, we're a little
Yes.
underdressed for this segment.
We are.
Don't you think?
I think.
Okay, I think we can
Yeah.
fix that.
I think we should.
What?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, that's better.
I'm not having crown envy at all.
I'm sorry. I can't let you wear this one. This is my
No.
official princess tiara.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous.
You know, of course it is. Mercedes picked it out.
And then these baubles.
Yes, my prince Terrell got me some fancy baubles for our ICP ball.
He's such
last
a
month.
prince, that prince.
He's a good prince. I'm gonna miss being prince and princess.
Yeah?
with him.
It was a
Yeah.
busy year.
Very busy year, but it was fun, and we worked really hard, and we got a lot done. We raised this year, the court under Mercedes and Nick raised $53,000 for
Wow.
charity.
Wow, that's amazing. We should note, just to inform everybody, if you haven't been watching and you don't know, the international court system is the second largest.
Yes, second largest and oldest LGBT fundraising organization in the world.
In the world.
It was founded here in 1965 in San Francisco, but has since expanded over these 53 years to 70 courts throughout Canada, United States, and Mexico.
It's amazing. So the court system follows kind of the English court.
The monarchy system.
The monarch, yes.
Yeah.
But what they ultimately do is raise a lot of money with these great events, and everybody gets glitzed out.
Yes.
And they have different titles and stuff, but the ultimate goal is to raise a lot of money to do good for our community and all these different causes.
Right.
So, but you can't have courts and glitz without a coronation that happens every year with
Yes.
a brand new emperor and empress.
Yes.
So this was a step down for your court.
Step down for Mercedes and Nick.
Yes.
And they handed their crowns off to Pollo Del Mar and Leandro Gonzalez.
Congratulations.
Congrats, guys. I think they're going to do amazing things.
What's their name?
The name of the court is the Court of Tamales con Pollo.
Which is great.
Love it.
Leandro he does tamales.
Yes.
Like it's one of his things.
One of his major things is making
Yes.
tamales for lots of different fundraisers.
Fundraisers, and they're good.
And they're really good.
I have eaten my share of tamales.
Who doesn't love a
We
good
just talked
tamale?
about not eating carbs. It's okay, Rita. Tamales don't count. No, he's absolutely adorable. I love Pollo. I'm so happy for the two of them.
Yes.
Congratulations. So tell us about this particular event. How'd it go?
This coronation was amazing. Mercedes always comes up with a way to just take it the next level. So
Is she sort of extra?
a little extra.
Lot.
A lot. But I loved it because, like, ever since I was a child, I've been reading the Wizard of Oz books, love the movies, like, and she created Emerald City as our theme. And so we got to open, all the title holders got to open the show with an actual dance number where I got to play Dorothy. And then Terrell was the Scarecrow, and we had Michael as the Tin Man, and Caesar, our Mr. Gay, was Toto. And of course, Ruby comes in as Glinda. It was just such a great number.
Excellent, Glinda. Yeah. We'd like to thank Mr. Pam, Gay Porn Mama, for these fantastic photos. She is a master at obviously everything that she does with film, but you can see it in these photos. She's incredible.
Yep, she did a great job. Thank you for capturing us so well, Mr. Pam. But Lisa, got a permanent title. She did. She got acknowledged as the one non-title holder that now has a permanent title in the court. It was such a surprise to her. It was really, really sweet.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations, Lisa.
The whole coronation was really great. It was fast-paced. There was a lot of great entertainment. All the courts from around the country and Mexico and Canada, they were all there to support. The place was packed. It was really fun.
Is that your heart beating?
No, it's our crush of the week. Speaking of fluid, if there is a woman that could make me flow down the Kinsey scale, it would be this week's crush.
Not only is she hotter than Georgia asphalt in the summer, but she just dropped a new single and a new video that has us dropping to our knees.
For sure.
Janelle Monáe has been impressing us and disrupting the music industry since her first self-produced demo album, The Audition.
Followed by Metropolis Suite 1, The Arch Android, and Electric Lady.
The CoverGirl spokeswoman showed her acting chops in Hidden Figures and Moonlight before wrecking our world with Dirty Computer and the single Make Me Feel. And boy, does she make me feel.
Woo! She makes me feel all sorts of things.
All things.
Oh my goodness. The video is, well, the song. Let's just talk about the song
fantastic.
First. It is everything. It is like Prince and Bowie and Janet and like all of these things wrapped into the one. And then the video, she is, we weren't kidding, hotter than Georgia Asphalt. There is nothing out of place on her.
Because she is incredibly talented, ridiculously hot, self-assured, and she carries forward the style of our musical icons, Prince, David Bowie, Duran Duran, and Janet Jackson. She is our crush of the week.
Just look at her.
Well, that's it for this episode of GNews, where you get all of your gay in just one day with your hosts,
Celso Dulay
and Cameron Steele.
Remember, we're still trying to get to 1,000 subscriptions, so if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, please like and share. That way you will never miss an episode.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
This week on GNews.
And I forgot already. Take that.
She just said, I'm ready.
All right, we got this.
This week on GNews.
I don't know what I'm laughing about. Oh, you are low.
Uh-oh. Boozy. It's a boozy set. We want that full of glitter and homosexuality. The DOG has insisted discrimination-based...
It's the DOJ.
What did I say? DOG?
DOG? The dog.
The DOG has insisted...
DOJ.
God, I did it again.
Just one.
It's painfully
day.
awkward for you. It's like
Yeah. All you have to do is...
My bra strap's down to here.
It's a forward motion usually.
Got it. Okay.
She's like, I like it down here. That way you will never miss an episode.
Thanks for watching, everyone. You had it as me.
Oh, I did.
Your fault.
Does this go with my tiara? Okay. He's like, yes.